Yeah.
So do you think it is still a possibility to build a time machine?
Actually, in physics, it's a possibility yet. You could actually time travel. It's still a possibility in actually if you go into the physics of it, and it is possible to time travel. So yeah, I had that goal since my 9th standard. I watched the movie Time Story.
Okay.
From that, I kind of thought, yeah, maybe I could build one.
So hello viewers, today we have Vedant Mahadik with us. So he has received admits from really prestigious universities in UK. So how does it feel, Vedant?
Yeah, it feels very great to be honest. I was not expecting to get. I was actually not expecting anything from UK because my main plan was Germany.
Okay.
But yeah, I had applied for 6 universities and took a really hard step, a long goal for applying for Oxford, but couldn't get in. But yeah, got in from UCL, which was my goal after Oxford, and yeah, then accepted.
UCL is really not that bad.
Yeah.
Like, but it's ranked in top 10 all over the world. So
so great.
that is really great.
Yeah.
So I want to ask one question, one basic question. What is quantum technology exactly?
So quantum technology is currently a very booming field. Like many big companies like Amazon, IBM are really getting into it. Like Google also. So basically, quantum technologies is quantum means my miniature, very minute. So it is a technology based on quantum mechanics. Quantum mechanics is a field of physics which means uncertainty. So when you go into a macroscopic level, the physics doesn't apply there. It is a very different thing. So basically, quantum technology has uses in quantum computing. It can be used in cryptography. So and many other things. So basically, quantum computing uses the concept of a qubit.
Okay.
Basically, a classical computer works on a classical bit, which can store data like 0 or 1, which we use in our daily computers and all. But a quantum bit is also called as a qubit, which can have multiple values. Like it can be in a combination of 0 and 1 at the same time.
So it can do multiple complex calculations.
Yes, it's used in that. So you, until and unless you actually measure it, you don't know what's going on.
Right.
So at that time, when you don't measure it, it can be in both 0, 1. So it can do more work than a classical computer, but like it's better in multiple ways than a classical computer.
Okay, so let me come to this first. Like, you've completed your bachelor's in physics. So did you always wanted to pursue masters in quantum technology, or what was it exactly?
No, actually, I have developed the interest in quantum since my second year till my BSc when I started it in my first year. I always wanted to do a master's in physics. I had no goal like I have to do in quantum technology, certain subject. I always wanted to do in physics because I always liked physics as a subject because I have a connection from my brother who's also like he's a cousin and he has always pursued physics. So I kind of wanted to do what he does. So I also wanted to do bachelor's in physics, and then I went. I had planned for masters in physics, and I had a goal of particle physics because I had a goal of building a time machine since 10th standard.
Nice.
So yeah, and then in second year we had a subject of quantum physics in our fourth semester. So that intrigued me. Like I started reading about it and went to Google, YouTube, and started searching quantum mechanics. So it intrigued me. So then I came across quantum computing, and then it intrigued me because I always had a knack of computing from 10th standard. Like 11th also I took computer science. From first year I started learning Python and all.
Okay.
So quantum computing intrigued me, and it had some of the it uses software Qiskit, which is a library of Python. So it was easy for me to learn it.
Right.
And then it developed me, and then I thought, let's do it in.
You want to do quantum technology and you want to pursue your master's in quantum technology. Okay. So someone coming from your background, like you have done your bachelor's, your 3-year bachelor's in physics, right? So like in physics, so what other options do physics bachelor students have other than quantum technology?
In India, currently many of them do astrophysics, but still it's not a big thing. It has its advantages in astrophysics, condensed matter physics, and nuclear physics is also one of the big things in India. Even in Mumbai University, many institutes offer nuclear physics or basic physics.
So you never had interest in that particular thing, but you have more interested in quantum technology. Okay, so I recall that initially you wanted to go for Germany, and you wanted to pursue Germany. So, what changed your mind, and you wanted to go for UK?
So we planned, me and the Admit Abroad team, we planned for Germany, as it's not much money, as tuition fees are free for public universities. So during my ending of the third year, I had planned, second year, I had planned for Germany, and we were exploring options for German universities. But then there was some issues, the APS certificate required all of the semester's mark sheet, and I was still in my fifth semester and hadn't gotten even the mark sheet of fifth.
Okay.
So we took a turn there, and we thought, let's apply for UK universities. We'll see if we get admits, and we'll understand the process. And if we applied for two top universities like Oxford and UCL, and we waited, if we get from those two universities, we'll accept, or else we shift to Germany.
Okay.
So I got admits from other UK universities, but I was
so most of them were Russell Group universities. Yeah. Okay, so you also applied to Oxford and UCL.
Yeah.
And which from Oxford you got rejected, but you got accept from UCL. So that is a pretty high feat. So the acceptance rate of UCL is very less. It comes to around 10% for the subjects that you are going for.
Yeah.
So it's pretty amazing to see that you have got accepted in that university. And so Germany is pretty famous for its natural science courses and everything. But you have still shifted your tendency and wanted to pursue your masters in UK. So that is also a big decision to make as well. So did you think you will be changing your plans that easily?
No, actually, I first of all I went through the procedure of selecting, seeing their courses.
Okay.
I knew German universities. I have checked their courses and the structure of the program. So while choosing for UK universities, I first checked their courses curriculum. So in UCL, I saw that there are many opportunities after the masters as well. They have a good connections through their universities for quantum research. And UCL is currently one of the best universities for quantum technologies.
Okay.
So I selected it, and Oxford, though everybody knows it's one of the best.
Right.
So by that process, I first saw their curriculum, and then got, I like these subjects. I can study them, and I can make my research. I can further proceed.
So it is all connected to something that you liked from your 9th standard, that is building a time machine.
Yeah.
So do you think it is still a possibility to build a time machine with current scenario that is going on in quantum technology?
Yeah, it's actually in physics, it's a possibility yet. You could actually time travel. It's still a possibility if you go into the physics of it, and it is possible to time travel. So I had that goal since my 9th standard. I watched the movie Time Story.
Okay.
And from that, I kind of thought, maybe I could build one. So then I studied about it. I did some research about time travel and all, and I kind of wanted to do. So then in second year, I thought maybe building a quantum computer working, maybe it could help me, because quantum computer can work faster than a classical computer. It's better than classical computer in some things.
So your brothers and your movies, the movies that you have watched in somewhat influenced you into pursuing this course.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. So students typically build their profile working on academics, so building projects. So it's much easier for students who are pursuing their computer science degrees to build their profile, publish their research papers. For a niche field like quantum technology, how did you manage to build your profile?
So when I started, like in my second year, I had very few knowledge about it. So then I started researching about, like I started doing research. Then I found the organization Q World. Then I started scrolling through their page and found they offer courses to learn about quantum computing, and they have tiers of it, like bronze, silver, like on the amount of knowledge you have. So I did courses through them, and I did first basic course Q bronze, and then I gave exams, like they have a test, so I passed them, and then they issued me a certificate. So then I yeah, developed interest. So I started searching what is the thing in India, like what's the process, the progress. So, but then I found that in India it's a very niche field. Like,
Okay, so it is limited here.
yeah, so they don't. India doesn't offer much courses dedicated to quantum technology. Only either Pune and some IITs offer courses. So
Right.
we have to give exams. So I started preparing for JAM because previously I wanted to do a master's in India. I hadn't thought of going abroad. Then at the end of the second year, we had a Python course. So at the end we had to submit a project and have to present it to the respective teacher. So I decided to do a project on quantum technologies, and I simulated how a qubit works, like how it is.
So what is qubit exactly?
So basically, a classical bit is used in a classical computer. We use it in every computer, mobile phones. Everything is works on a classical.
Classical computer.
So classical bit can store values 0 or 1. It can store both. Either it is a 0 or a 1. So these how it works. But a qubit, it can be made from a superconductor or something. So it can store both values. Until and unless you observe it, you don't know what it stores. It can be 0, it can be 1, or it can even be both 0, 1.
Okay.
So if you use a classical bit, two classical bits, you can have only two values, either 0 or 1. But a quantum bit, qubit, if you have two, you can have four values in a pair of 0,
Right.
0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, and 1, 1. So I simulated that. So whenever you run the code, I used a research paper of someone, and I read through the research paper, and I started developing the code for it. I used a library from Python Qtip, and I started developing the code, which as soon as I run it, the values change. And I also plotted a sine graph, which can, whenever you run, the waveform changes. That means the qubit is changing positions, and as you observe it, it can have different values whenever you run. So I did the project and presented it, and that developed my profile a bit. And then also I did some hackathons from like various institutes, and I did 2 or 3 hackathons. So which developed my.
So how did you do in those hackathons?
Yeah, I did well actually. I did with a friend of mine, which I got from Discord. So we did one hackathon Q site, which had which I did participated into 2. So in one, we both got 20th rank in the total of 100 people, and then another we secured, I think, 40th rank. And then also I did one hackathon alone, which was a Q hackathon from a Japanese organization or something. In which also I scored 100th rank out of 300 or 400.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. So that must have helped boost your profile quite significantly.
Yeah.
So that's nice. So how did you decide which university to shortlist for your quantum technology?
So firstly, Prakash sir and I also prepared some Excel sheet, and he also prepared some, and he did a detailed variation of every university, like what courses they offer, how much, what is the duration of the course, and what are the core subjects. And so we prepared an Excel sheet, and I went through the courses and the curriculum, like what are the main subjects and what are the objectives, like what, and the research also at the end, what research and what are the opportunities after my course. So I made a shortlisted 6 universities in UK. Firstly, which all universities offer a course in quantum technologies. Then went to QS rankings, like which are the top universities. So Oxford, UCL, Nottingham, and Sussex, Surrey. All of them I shortlisted, and then we went through the courses curriculum and shortlisted them according to that.
Okay, great. So looking back, so what advice would you give to students who are planning to study abroad in fields like quantum technology or niche fields like that? So, what differently would you have done, and what advice would you give to the students?
So I started pretty late. Like I went to the admit abroad at the starting of my third year. I
Okay.
was not aware of all that. I started preparing myself. So I had no clue about what to do, how to prepare my profile, how
Right.
to improvise it. So also I did a lot of courses in quantum computing. I did like 4 or 5 courses. So I think I could have done better if I did some more projects based on
Okay.
or
So more
contacted.
projects would have helped
Yeah.
you even get admit from Oxford.
Yeah, maybe yes. That's
Okay.
that's one thing I get a problem with.
Hmm.
Like I could have done more projects like solo, or I even contacted some professors related to it. As a CGPA, I always had it good CGPA, so that was not a problem for me.
What was the CGPA?
Yeah, I got a 9.59.
9.5. Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty sorted. So great. Thanks for joining, Vedant. I hope like students are getting inspired by the things you are doing, and the admits that you have got, that is from UCL. So that is not something very small. Very less people could get admit from universities like University College London. So yeah, thank you viewers for joining. So please hit the subscribe button, and if you have any questions regarding studying abroad or anything, you can just comment and we'll get in touch with you.